Hello, internet. Haven't been around again for a while because I don't know. I forget to do these things, or I get tired and then I fall asleep when I'm planning to. It's always something. But anyway, it is August 12th, and that means I am exactly 3 months away from having this baby, assuming he comes out when he's supposed to, or roughly around that time. That makes me 27 weeks pregnant now. And definitely showing it. I'm huge at this point, and I'm sure I'm only gonna get bigger, but I'm like, yeah, wow. Never thought I'd look like this in all my days, but here we are. Anyway, I just had an appointment yesterday, and baby is looking good. Didn't have a sonogram this time. I did. My last one was at 23 weeks, so about a month ago. We got to see everything. Then we got to see his face. I think he has Kellen's little mouth. It's very cute. He's definitely a boy. Painfully obvious that he's a boy. Put it that way. Everything looks good. Nothing abnormal. Nothing to be concerned about. He was measuring exactly where he was supposed to be at the last sonogram. At my last appointment yesterday, they just measured my tummy and everything, and he is, based on that, measuring where he's supposed to be. My blood pressure has been not bad, but not great either. Pretty much since the first time they noticed that it was high, it's been like around 130 over 90, which is not great, but it wasn't getting any worse. I was kind of holding at that point, so I was basically told, keep checking it on your own and everything. As long as it's not getting any worse, it should be fine. So actually, when I had my blood pressure taken yesterday, it was within the normal range, actually at my midwife's office, which is the first time it's been within the normal range in 2 months. So that's really good. So I'm glad to hear that. The midwife actually said that my blood pressure might come down in the third trimester sometimes. If you've already had a history of hypertension, it can go up after the first trimester and then go back down. She said it might not go back down completely, again, as long as it's not, going like into the 150s and over 100 and stuff like that. You're pretty much okay. And to watch for the other signs of preeclampsia, of which I have none. I have no swelling, no blurred vision, no headaches, no protein in the urine, nothing like that. So right now, it's smooth sailing. We're good. His heartbeat was good yesterday. It was 142, in the same range it has been for quite a while now, which is good. As far as him moving around, most days lately, he's pretty active. I'll notice kind of lazy periods. Oh my gosh, my face is so itchy. I'll notice lazy periods here and there, but he always starts up again after a little while. So I was a little scared about it a couple weeks ago, and went in and they did a non-stress test, which they thought wouldn't work at 25 weeks because really a baby at that point is not purposely moving. It's kind of like they're moving, but like not with any purpose. It's just kind of happening involuntarily for the most part. But they did the fetal non-stress test when I was 25 weeks, and it actually yielded positive results, like what they would expect to see at like 28 weeks. So, with that, they said that's really, really good. That's wonderful. He's responding the way he should be. And you're not always going to feel everything that he does, again, because of the placenta where it is in the front, like I talked about on my last update, which was 5 weeks ago. Holy crap. That can cause issues also, depending on what you've eaten during the day or what you haven't eaten. your position and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, over the past, I want to say like 4 or 5 days, um, he's been pretty active most of the time, except, obviously when he's sleeping or something. Then he's not moving around, but who does move around when they're sleeping? Not most people. So I'm trying to just remind myself, to be calm and try not to stress, because that's not good, obviously. Particularly at this point, he can pick up on that. He knows if I'm upset, if something's going on. So I don't want to stress him out. And it's still really hard because I want everything to go well. I'm getting towards the end here, and it's like I just want to make sure we make it. And it's so stressful. You think that like after you get to certain points, it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be smooth sailing. You're just going to enjoy it. But it's not like that, at least not for me. I'm naturally a high stress person. That's just the way I am. So pregnancy is no different, really. I've been doing prenatal yoga and stuff like that to try to calm myself down, listening to calming music and stuff like that. But right now I have some other stresses going on in my life, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So we'll get to that. But I think that's the life of a parent. You're always going to be worried about something. You're always going to be stressed out about something. I think I'm just maybe worse than average. I get that from my father. I'm not surprised. But I think over the past probably couple weeks, I've overall been a little more calm than I had up to this point. So, that's a good sign. It still doesn't mean that there aren't those thoughts in the back of my head that, oh God, I haven't felt him move in the past 45 minutes or something. What's wrong with him? That still happens, but I don't freak out as much. It was like I was in full-blown tears a few weeks ago over it, and now I'm not. I'm just like, he'll start moving again, he'll just chill out for a little bit, and he'll be kicking up a storm, and he always does. As for what else is going on in my life, well, Kellen and I are kind of unfortunate that we have neighbors who are pretty inconsiderate, make a lot of noise, play really loud music. We've talked to them personally. Our landlord has talked to them. They will turn it down for short periods of time and then start doing it all over again, and then complain that we're walking around too much in our apartment and stuff like that, when our landlord says something to them. So we're waiting to see if they're moving at the end of their lease, which is next month. And if not, then we're going to move, which is unfortunate. But, I don't really want to be somewhere where I can't get enough sleep because I'm being woken up, or, where I can't sit in my living room because my floor is shaking from the bass coming from their TV or whatever the hell it is, or that they're yelling. It's just being inconsiderate, basically. We've had people come to us and say, hey, your dog is barking, can you do something to make him be quiet? And we're always like, oh yeah, sure, and we apologize. I think we've only had one person actually say that, but the thing is that Kellen and I, like, if we were bothering someone, we'd want to know so we could fix it. We don't want to bother other people. We try really hard to make sure that we're not. But if we are, I'd want to fix that. I don't want to piss off my neighbors. And it's unfortunate that there are other people out there who, aren't considerate of the people who live around them. So, if that ends up being what has to happen, it's what has to happen, but it's still stressing me out. Moving is a lot of work. I can't really help, being that I'm almost 7 months pregnant, There's not a whole lot I can do. Fortunately, we have people who are offering to help if we do have to move and stuff like that, which is really nice, but overall, we have a lot of furniture at this point. We'll probably need movers and things like that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of things to think about, and I really don't want to have to do it, but in the long run, it might be less stressful just to spend, a few days moving than it is to stay somewhere where I don't feel comfortable. The other thing is that work is a little stressful right now. I can't really go into detail, obviously, because I can't talk about my clients, nor would I want to share that publicly because, it's a private thing. There's just been, some issues there, and it's mostly, I think I'm a little stressed out about it because I want to be able to help him. And right now it's, sort of a waiting game, seeing what works, what doesn't. And, it's stressful to watch someone that you've been with so long start to regress rather than progress, and knowing that, you can't fix it right then and there. There's only so much you can do. But, I've been keeping on top of it, reporting any different things I find to the appropriate people and things like that, and just keeping in contact with the family and all that kind of stuff. But it is stressful. It really is. And I don't pretend that it's not. But yeah, that's about as far as I can go on that. Otherwise, right now, we're still working on getting everything we need. I have a baby shower this weekend. It's going to be really small. I mean, most of my friends either live out of town or out of state. Most of my family is out of town or out of state. And then the friends I do have here, since it's getting so close to the end of summer, a lot of people are busy. So I've kind of just been meeting up with people, here and there. And then the few people who can get together for the actual baby shower, we'll do a little thing, just kind of hang out, just a few friends and my mom and my husband and stuff like that. Which I think is actually better for me because I don't like big crowds. I don't really like parties and things like that. So, the baby shower thing I think ended up serving more as like a announcement of my pregnancy and stuff like that, which is fine. I'm not expecting like people to go crazy and buy me a ton of stuff. I told people, if they're interested in getting a gift or a gift card, that's fine. If not, that's cool. And a lot of our family have contributed, have gotten us things, and we're really appreciative of everything that people have gotten us. I saw my friend Darcy last weekend. She got something that I didn't even think of that was a great idea. It's like a car seat cover, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense because it's gonna be so cold when he's born. Like, duh, I didn't even think about that. So I think that's cool that even though we did a registry and everything, that she was like, I wanted to think of the one thing I didn't think of when my son was born and get that for you. And I'm like, that was really considerate. She also knitted him a hat that looks like a pumpkin. It's really cute. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't mind, like, kind of breaking up the baby shower between, a few weekends here and there or whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. We've got basically the room the baby's going to be in packed. I need to go through all the clothes we have, wash things that are new. A lot of things are donated to us and are already ready to go and stuff like that. But obviously stuff that I just bought, needs to be washed and all that kind of stuff before I can put it away in drawers and whatnot. So I think I'm going to work on that soon. Then after the baby shower, I think we're going to try to get as much shopping done as we can this month and next month so that we're not doing too much when it gets really close to when the baby is going to be here. Obviously, already at this point, I think it's a lot to do with how short I am. That already it's difficult for me to walk for long periods of time. My hips start to hurt. My back starts to hurt. I can't bend very well already. I can't drive. So it's really, I'm just getting more and more uncomfortable. It's not unbearable, and I'm definitely not complaining. It's just the reality of it, The further you get along, the more uncomfortable you are, the fewer things you can do. And I'm honestly just having to tell myself, I do just need to slow down. If that's what my body's telling me, that's what I need to do. Don't push it. Don't try to do more than I can. And for me, sometimes that's hard because I want to do everything on my own. I don't want to rely on other people. But, with this particularly, it's just like your body is telling you these things for a reason. It's not just your body either, So I've been trying to be as careful as possible. At work, everybody is super helpful. Making sure that I'm not putting myself in danger or anything like that. I'm very lucky to work with people who are really considerate and really kind and, know what they're doing, which is great for once. Um, and same thing at home, Kellen will do anything that I can't do. Or even just, if it's something I still can do, he'll offer to do it anyway. Do you need a rest? I'll do it for you, whatever. So I think everyone is working really hard to help me, not be stressed, not to be overworked, not to be exhausted or anything like that. And really, I think overall I'm doing very well. Um, in terms of everything, I mean, I could definitely be more calm, but I'm more calm than I was. I have lots of support. I have lots of people who I talk to, people I know who have just had children who have been, just a wealth of knowledge. And then people I know who never want to have kids who are just there to listen when I need somebody to talk to. I'm really lucky to have a lot of people around me who just care so much, and they know that I care about them and I would do the same thing for them in a heartbeat, and I do if they need me, of course. It's been really nice, over like the past year or so. Some of my older friends who, they were falling out and stuff like that we've gotten back together, and, it's like nothing ever happened. It's like we just picked up where we left off, kind of. And, realizing how much I miss those people, and it's really helpful, I think, to know that after all this time and after hurt feelings and stuff like that you can still go, hey, we were being stupid, we need to fix this. And now I have those people around me again too, and it's really nice to have that. So I'm very lucky and very fortunate in a lot of ways. So I will probably be updating again. My appointments are 2 weeks apart now, so maybe every other appointment or something like that. So probably not again until September or so, unless, I have something interesting to say or whatever that pops into my head. But I will try to keep updating until the very end when I'm giant beach ball lady. I'll be around. Bye, guys.